Hello and welcome to the National League Rugby Review Show, Round 24 highlights. There's so many interesting games going on this weekend, but we start here at Park Lane in National 2 North for Sedgley Park against Stourbridge. The second place side come into this on a 6-game winning run with their promotion hopes still very much alive, while Stourbridge have scored 50 tries in their last 7 games and also beat Sedge back in November. So what an afternoon this could be then for Sedgley Park, the second place side looking to see if they can keep their promotion challenge very much alive. And Will Lees is able to scoop that ball out of the scrum for Sedge, looking to go wide early in this contest, and the ball's out to Reece Henderson. Henderson away from 1, Henderson away from 2. Is he going to get there? He does. And the perfect start for Sedge has been made even better from the boots of Steve Collins. 7-0 to the home side. And Sedge in a decent position here. This time it's Danny Openshaw taking the ball to the right-hand side. He's found Reece Henderson, and Reece Henderson won't be caught again. And it's first phase, same outcome for Sedgley Park here at Park Lane. Will Stourbridge now respond from a difficult opening 10 minutes here? Mukarati drives his side for the ball quickly to the left-hand side. It's going to be Jasper Smith. Smith is over for Stourbridge. So 3 tries in the opening 11 minutes here at Park Lane. 2 of the most entertaining sides this season, National 2 North, putting on a real show for us in round 24. And Sedgley Park's turn now to try and see if they can capitalise on this strong position from the line-out. They are slowly moving forward according to referee Nicky O'Donnell. And Steve Collins now goes into office support. The ball with the Sedgley Park fly off, and they're running their way forward. And Will Lees might dot the ball down. He does. Sedgley Park have made an absolutely blistering start to this game, and they're looking threatening from this position. That's a beautiful line from Ollie Glass. Glass into Andy Riley. Andy Riley's going to go into the corner, is he? Andy Riley, he is down this time. Brilliant try from Sedge. Steve Collins now looking to extend the advantage, and he does do. 26-5 to Sedgley Park after 21 minutes. And Matt Riley latches onto that ball superbly. Riley, is he going to try and go alone? No, he gets the ball away to Gallagher. Gallagher, is he in the corner? Gallagher, he is in the corner. 3 minutes into the second half here. Sedge spinning the ball out to the left-hand side. Lovely combination. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Steve Collins inside. And Reece Henderson's going to race away. Hat-trick hero Henderson for Sedgley Park. And Sedgley Park begin the second half like they did the first half with a 7-pointer. And Heaney gets the ball out now for Stourbridge. And then they're looking to break away. And here's it's Faye Wabuso. And Faye Wabuso scored against Wharfdale. Scores here. And Heaney makes no mistake from the tee. Stourbridge 38-12 down now, and Sedge looking to run it from deep again with this man Reece Henderson, who's been absolute fire this afternoon. Henderson with a little kick through, and Openshaw is after it. Dan Rundle looks like he's going to get there. No, he's popped out to Openshaw. And Collins makes it 45-12 to Sedge. And Heaney floats it into Jack Lee, who's putting some hard yards for Stourbridge this afternoon, are looking to create something at the death. No, they won't, because Reece Henderson will end the game the way he started it, and it is 50 points for Sedge.
We've kicked off and we've got straight into the mix straight away. I was a little bit nervous, but I think I've got to trust the lads more. You know, there's not a game we haven't rocked up for this season. Like when we've lost within 1 or 2 points, and every other game we've won. You know, so you know it's just unbelievable feeling that to get 50 points against a top 5 team like Stourbridge. You know, they beat us at their place, and they're a tough team to play against, and we've managed it really well. Like you said, the try from the first phase, unbelievable, just to get us going. It's an old cliche, isn't it? But you know, we've got to try and get 10 points out of this, get 5 out of this, 5 out of the next one, and then see where we go to hold. But you know, like I said, Huddersfield, they'll come here wanting to put a good performance in, and you know, we can't look too far past them.
What a contest that was at Park Lane. We'll get to the National 2 North highlights later on, but we go back to National 1 now, and we start at Bishop Stortford as they take on Cinderford.
There was a chance for both Bishop Stortford and Cinderford to return to winning ways when they met at Silver Lees, and on the 21st minute the visitors took advantage of some ill-discipline from the hosts as George Bolton touched down to give the away side the lead. Stortford's errors were being punished by Cinderford, but the home side did bring themselves back into the match when Sam Winter crossed after half-time. However, it was Sam Baker's score which effectively sealed this contest for the Foresters, despite Josh Stannard going over for Stortford. It was all smiles for Leeds Tykes and Caldy last week as both clubs picked up excellent victories in round 23. The two sides are battling for very different goals this term. League leaders Caldy held an 11-3 advantage at the break, with Ben Jones scoring all of the points for the visitors. The hosts, who are currently in the bottom 2, had clinched a superb win against Blackheath last time out and began the second period on the front foot when Will Hardwick claimed this opportunistic score. However, the table toppers, who have now lost just one of their last 21 games, took this contest away from Leeds as Joe Murray, Adam Ogbokwe and the evergreen Nick Royal sealed a 12th straight win for the Wirral outfit. It's been an inconsistent campaign for Chinner this term, but Richard Thorpe's side will have a spring in their step when they head into Friday night's Derby Day clash with Rams RFC. They led 7-0 in this encounter against Plymouth Albion after Connor Brockschmidt's close-range effort, but Shay Cornish surged over from halfway as the hosts hit back after the break. However, a lovely drop goal from Luke Carter and 3 penalties from the boot of James Borton helped the Black and Whites go back-to-back wins for the first time since November. Last week, supporters of Sedgley Park may have been biting their fingernails as they managed to edge past Cinderford, but it was a lot more straightforward for Kieran Power's Chargers in round 24 against Birmingham Moseley. The promotion chasers were 28-0 up inside half an hour, following scores from Sam Garvey, Henry Robinson, Benji Marfo and Brandon Jackson. Finn Brown did get Moseley on the board, but Park were in relentless mood as Josh Adams, Jackson and Craig Holland wrapped up the win for the hosts, who are now 2 points off the top with a game in hand. Sale FC are also very much in the promotion conversation, and after last week's remarkable turnaround against Rams, they faced Darlington Modern Park at Haywood Road. Jonathan Keep's men got off to a flyer when Tom Brady crossed the whitewash after Tom Walsh's scintillating run, and Sale then surged into a 29-0 lead. DMP did finally respond through George Shannon and Ewan McCurdy, but the afternoon belonged to Sale and fullback Joe Carpenter, who claimed a hat-trick to help his side to an 8th straight win. Blackheath have been good at getting ahead in matches this season, but their failure to hold on to leads has plagued them. Unfortunately for club, it was the same old story against Taunton Titans as Marcus Bircham, Nick Forster and Daniel Hiscox all crossed to give the away side a 21-19 lead. However, Titans hit back in some style after the interval. Alex Spurdle, Ollie Down and Charlie Wright ultimately set the hosts on their way to victory. Blackheath did end the contest by claiming a try bonus point through Howard Packman, but this was another Saturday of frustration for James Shanahan's boys. It might not be grabbing the headlines each week, but Cambridge are still on the cusp of the promotion picture. Richie Williams' side entered their meeting with Tunbridge Juddians, having lost just one of their last 10 games, and they were in the mood to extend that record in round 24. Joseph Green and Joe Tarrant both scored hat-tricks as the Blood and Sand ran in 8 tries to leave them 10 points off the summit with a game in hand. The only highlight for TJ's was a brace from Tom White, and the home side also ended the game with 14 men after Lock Perry Parker was sent off in the second half. There weren't too many surprises across the division in round 24 as National 1 prepares to enter its final rest week of the season. The top 4 all picked up maximums on Saturday, while Cinderford, Chinner and Taunton also tasted victory. It meant none of the teams below 8th place were triumphant, but bonus points for Plymouth and Blackheath represent a small step towards safety.
Many thanks for Steve Jackson for wrapping up all the National 1 highlights. Now we're back into National 2 North and we start at Blaydon and they take on Hollionians. As the finish line started to come into view in National 2 North, Blaydon seemed determined to end the campaign in a positive fashion. John Clarkson was on hand to help the North East side into a 31-0 lead after a blistering start against Hollionians, and despite a hat-trick of tries from hooker Ben Stevenson and one from Lewis Minikin, Blaydon had done enough to secure their 3rd win from their last 4 matches. Like Blaydon, Luxonians made a flying start in their contest against Bourneville as the Herefordshire outfit scored 3 tries inside the opening quarter through Josh Watkins, Rob Bengery and Charlie Grimes. Owen Williams and Tom Holliday did go over for the host, but the bulk of the work was done in the first period by the visitors, who secured their 3rd away triumph on the bounce. 3rd place Fylde may well have their own try of the season competition come the end of the campaign, as they ran in another 10 tries on Saturday afternoon as they handsomely beat Sheffield Tigers at Woodlands. Scrum half Matt Sturgis scored a hat-trick for the 2nd week on the spin, whilst the Wayside crossed on just 2 occasions in Lancashire through centre Connor Scott and Sam Down. Tynedale entered round 24 aiming to record their 5th straight win, but things didn't begin well against Harrogate as Campbell Swanson's try and 2 Rory Renee penalties helped the hosts into an 11-0 lead. However, Ben Woods' side were determined to continue their purple patch of form as Ollie Fletcher got the first of their 4 tries as Tyne left Yorkshire with another bonus point success. After 5 defeats on the bounce, Huddersfield were itching to arrest their recent slump in National 2 North, but they found themselves 12-3 down just after the break following tries from Loughborough's Henry Levin and George Barber. But the home side dug deep and a brace from Kean Stewart and Nick Sharp's efforts 6 minutes from time ensured Gareth Lewis's Chargers returned to the winners' lounge. After a heartbreaking defeat against Hull last time out, Rotherham Titans were dealt a further blow ahead of their clash with Chester as 6 key players from their pack were absent for injury. It didn't start well for them either, with Keir Gordon scooting over for the away side, but the Titans are made of stern stuff and raced into a 28-8 lead, which set the platform for their 12th successive home win. League leaders Hull head into the rest week this coming Saturday, still in complete control of the National 2 North title race after putting on a clinical display against Wharfdale. The home side had levelled up proceedings when Harry Bullough finished off a well-executed move after just 7 minutes before Hull blew their opposition away by scoring 5 further tries to secure their 14th win on the bounce. It was another entertaining weekend in National 2 North, with a whopping 68 tries scored across the 8 matches. With Hull and Sedgley Park both producing excellent performances, there's no change in the gap at the top of National 2 North, but Sedgley Park do have their game in hand to come this coming Saturday against Huddersfield. In the bottom half, the aforementioned Huddersfield and Blaydon were the only 2 sides to taste success in round 24. So that's National 1 and National 2 North complete. As always, we end the show with National 2 South, and we start at Barnstaple as they welcome Old Albanian.
Despite having the lead at half-time, Barnstaple were unable to beat Old Albanian in Devon. A Ryan Lee score gave the hosts the advantage at the break, but OA struck back with tries for Chris West, Ben Carnock and Benina Kwacha, seeing the visitors home. Redruth's second half comeback means that they maintain a 2-point lead at the top of National 2 South. A slew of scores from Richard Brown, Jack Alton, Dean Bonds and Ben Fox secured the away side a win against a hugely impressive Bury St Edmunds. Despite a red card for inside centre Tom Best, Canterbury were able to see off a defiant Hinckley in Kent. Will Young scored 2 early tries for the hosts before men from Leicestershire struck back through Sam Greening and Aaron Florestein. Tries for Shay Nixon, Jamie Stevens and Guy Hilton secured a win for the home team by the conclusion of the 80 minutes. A close encounter at Shaftesbury Park, Dings have now won 4 on the trot after edging out Leicester Lions. Tom Price opened up the scoring early on, whilst Chris Rovery's score gave the home team command of the clash. Luke Arscott's try in the second half was the host's final of the day before Alex Wilcoxon's late try added some intrigue to the final moments. Liam Thornton scored 4 tries on debut for Esher as Peter Winterbottom's side registered 13 tries against Westcliff. The scores came thick and fast with Phil Thokanasiga scoring a hat-trick in the process of the victory, whilst Westcliff's sole score came thanks to Billy Morant. A penalty try with the clock in the red handed Clifton a victory on the Channel Islands. Guernsey started the clash much the brighter thanks to an Anthony Armstrong score, although the Clifton pack soon took control of proceedings. In the second half, a Jack Bartlett effort and that penalty try spelt victory for the Bristolians. Barnes had a day to remember beneath the Essex sunshine as the visiting side picked up a 7-try victory. Jasper Cameron, Matthew Branfield, Alex March, Rob Kirby, Jordan Suter and Peter Waitman all scored for the visitors, whilst Rochford 100's sole score came thanks to George Griffiths. 13 tries were scored across 80 minutes on the south coast as Worthing maintained pace at the top of the league table. Henley had the better of the opening exchanges, with George Wood opening the scoring before Raiders gave themselves a commanding advantage thanks to 8 unanswered scores, with Matthew McLean scoring a hat-trick in that period. So at the end of round 24 in National 2 South, the scores on the doors are as follows. Barnstaple were unable to build on their first-half dominance, losing 12 points to 36 at the hands of Old Albanian. Redruth picked up a 32 points to 38 victory over Bury St Edmunds. Canterbury overcame a red card to beat Hinckley 30 points to 24. Dings Crusaders fought their way to a 24 points to 17 win over Leicester Lions. Esher cruised to an 81 points to 7 win over Westcliff. Clifton beat Guernsey 24 points to 26 on the Channel Islands thanks to a late penalty try. Rochford 100 slipped to a 46 points to 7 loss to Barnes in Essex. And finally, Worthing overcame a slow start to beat Henley Hawks 57 points to 26. In the table, Redruth still have top spot, leading the division with 94 points, whilst Esher and Worthing are both behind them on 92 points. Dings are up to 8th thanks to their win over Leicester Lions, whilst there are no further changes at the foot of the table.
And just before we go, we've got an exciting week coming up on National League Rugby. We'll be live streaming our first ever game, and it's from National 1 as Ramsar FC take on Chinner next Friday night. The game will be live on ncarugby.com. Coverage starts from 7:15, kick-off is 7:45, and it'll be powered by Next Gen and Talking Rugby Union.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic, Rich. I mean, this is one of the best leagues in not only just English rugby, world rugby as far as I'm concerned. You get great clubs with long traditions, every game's tight, and us being able to be part of the first stream match on a Friday evening is just fantastic. Really excited about it. Well, I think if anyone can't get to the game, they'd be mugs not to take the stream on this and have a look. And I think a lot of people would be very interested in what happens the Friday night before the normal Saturday fixture. But you've got to take your hat off to National League Rugby, because they run the review programme, they put National 1 and National 2 on the map, and this is them taking it a step further. And I'm just really pleased, and I know that Simon and Chinner are pleased to be part of the first stream game.
Many thanks to Gary and everyone at Rams for their support so far. We're really looking forward to the game next Friday night. Well, that's it for this week on the National League Rugby Review Show. Like I say, join us on Friday for that live stream, and we'll see you next week for another roundup of all the action.